In a very short selfie video, the top Tory rebel Steve Baker completely but politely destroyed Boris Johnson and the government over the hypocrisy of Downing Street. This is actually one of the best things I've seen on Twitter. So, Steve Baker, who's been very consistent, he's been voting against restrictions and measures. He's been holding the government to account. He's been speaking on our behalf, goes to freedom marches and everything else. And he's one of the top Tory rebels against the cabinet, but in a very polite and Tory diplomatic way, which is I quite love it, his style. But he's been getting attacked because he's nice from all sides. He went to a couple of events and places where they asked him to kind of cover his face, cover his mouth and nose and everything. So he did it. He's an MP. So while he's against the measures, he still believes that people who write the laws, the lawmakers in this country, should not break the rules. So he made a selfie video to talk about that, but also basically use that in a very subtle way to criticize the Downing Street civil servants, advisors, and politicians, the Prime Minister, for breaking the rules that they wrote themselves.
Unfortunately, at the moment, we've got a bit of a problem with MPs and others not complying with the laws they've made. That's not my approach. I always comply with the law, and that includes wearing a mask in schools. I know some people haven't liked seeing that today in 2 videos I've put out. I'm sorry about that. You'll have to just bear with me complying with the law.
See, I know that it'll be for you. I want to get your opinion in the comment section. So some of the people on my side, the anti-lockdown side, anti-restriction side, who have actually been attacking and saying, why did you listen? Why did you obey? Why did you cover your face in a school when they asked you to do so? While he said that he has to follow the rules, but he's against the rules, because I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, if the law is wrong, then don't comply. That's what I do. Yeah, if I don't like the law, you don't comply. But don't go too far. You don't want to be a complete anarchist, depending on what the law is. But on the other hand, there is that diplomatic approach and tactic that politicians, lawmakers, they have to set the example, because they cannot give ammo to the opposition by coming across as rebels. We are allowed to be rebels in that sense on a societal level, but he has to be diplomatic so that he could play the game. That's the only reason that he is able to do that selfie video, to say that, hey, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm against your law, but I still followed it. You support your law, but you broke it. See what I'm saying? So he was able to completely expose the hypocrisy and double standards of the people who wrote the law, even though it's idiotic, but without actually coming across as like a nutter. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Well, I quite like this video they published, and then we're going to come back with more updates throughout the night on my Tousi, and we are the media.